preparations for the U.S. Open at the moment, and I want to know, does your mindset change, being in that you're defending your first major title now?
A little bit, of course. Winning such a big title is always going to leave a mark, and it left a huge positive mark on me. Now, you know, more confident in my game, more looking forward for the things that I was doing well before the US Open last year, and that I was doing them during the tournament, which helped me to play the way I played. And you know, I'm feeling that's the 100% right path for me. And you know, every training, every session, every match is now, of course, having a small part of it in there. And of course, it's never easy to put you know, all the things together and always looking in the past. And as it's difficult to recreate those kind of moments. But you know, that my mental part is definitely now part of, you know, from winning the US Open, and it's for sure helping me to prepare better for the tournaments and for the big tournaments especially.
Okay, and I want to ask you a bit about just Croatian tennis. You know, we're seeing this, it's not sudden by any means, but a surge of sorts. You know, guys like Borna coming up and some guys before you as well. So I was curious about where you see your place within that, and also why is that occurring now?
There is no formula for that, unfortunately. You know, we are a very small country, and you know, the system doesn't bring the players up. It's you know, players are growing to be coming to the tour on their own. You know, from the parents being very passionate about sport, or you know, the kids being very competitive. And you know, I think in Croatia we generally love to compete, and we love all sports, and I think that's bringing out the most of the kids. And depending, of course, on the generation, I think we are always going to have some kind of players. But you know, until when, I have no idea. I think that if the system would work, if the you know the facilities would be better, and the federation, if it would be doing you know more for the young ones, I think would be even more players.
Speaking of Croatian players, I know your brother finished his, I think, first year at university. So I'm curious. I mean, I know he was with you at the US Open last year. I'm curious, you know, what his experience has been like playing collegiate tennis, and what you've kind of learned about that process from him. Does he feel like he made the right decision, and do you think he's doing well?
Yeah, I think I was the one that was guiding him to go for college, as that's I think that the best opportunity for the kids that are, you know, on the verge of, you know, going to the university and still competing and playing tennis in, you know, in Europe and in Croatia especially. It's very difficult to just, you know, play tennis, to train well, and to still study. It's either one thing or the other. You don't have so much time. And here in the US, it's a great system, and you know, more and more kids from Croatia in the last 3-4 years are taking this opportunity and playing here in the US. So I think, you know, gives the players to extend their, you know, tennis career for 4 more years. You know, the parents are not anymore under so much pressure, pushing them with the money and you know, with financing. And I think that's, you know, giving them another opportunity to you know, learn about tennis, and of course to be more independent. And obviously with that, playing with the, you know, team tennis, it's helping you to evolve as well as a player, and in doubles wise. So you know, it's for sure giving you many more opportunities.
Today against Sam, both sets seemed as though they could have gone either way until the tiebreakers. What made the difference in those 2 tiebreakers today?
Well, you know, especially in the first set, I haven't been on any games close to break Sam's serve. He was serving extremely well, and you know, in the tie breaks, I was very focused to, you know, try to put all the returns in, and you know, try to be as focused as possible to make him play on his own serves. So luckily, you know, in both tie breaks, I opened up pretty well with mini breaks, and you know that gave me a huge lead. So sometimes it just opens up like that, and you know the results comes out of it as you know, pretty comfortable tie breaks. But you know, if one or two things would be a bit different, you know, it would have been very, very tight.
You seem to enjoy quite a bit that running forehand at 2-1 in the second tiebreaker.
Yeah, I think that pretty much decided that the match. If it be you know, breaking all the points in that, and you know, that was, I think, very, very crucial to get that first mini break, go up a mini break up, and you know, I was 3-1 from that moment. I knew that, you know, even if I would lose the next point, you know, I would have 2 serves to go to make that you know, to make the result spread.
How much do you know about your next opponent, the young guy Alexander Zverev? He 3-set win over a former champion here. You know, he's young, he plays a pretty big game. What do you think of his game, and how much do you know about it?
I actually practiced with him several times in this year and past year as well. He's improving a lot as a player, and he, I felt, chose a bit different way than the other young guys. You know, he didn't play too much the junior tennis. He was even trying to play more and more ATP tournaments, even though he was in qualies with most of them, and he still got through. I think he's going to benefit from that much more than the guys that are, you know, coming through challengers and then, you know, just coming up to the ATPs. For sure, he's a very, very talented, very, very dangerous player. He's got all the shots in his game, and I think he's going to be for sure a great tennis player. I mean, still is.
So having won the U.S. Open last year, how was the adjustment since then? Do you feel like you've had something to prove on the court? Do you feel like you play more relaxed? What has that balance been, kind of, to adjust into now being a slam champion as you approach next tournaments?
I think just brought out of me more concentration and focus to be as professional as I can be, to be at that level as much as I can. You know, after US Open last year, like several tournaments afterwards that I played, I was, you know, just even before the tournament would start, I was feeling, you know, I'm going to be able to go very deep in the tournaments if I'm going to be playing well, and that's the feeling I want to have every week. You know, through my career, the consistent part of my game wasn't the best, and that's what I want to work on the most, and that's where my biggest focus is. And you know, with my tennis, I still feel that there is a lot of improvements that I can do, and that's the most positive part about my game.
Marin, Steve Krulowitz from CBS Sports Radio. You got the first set. Sam was kind of hanging around in the second. I thought you were going to take him easy in the second, but he kind of came back. And then you came to the net a few times, got caught in the middle of the court, and you missed some volleys. And then I noticed that you didn't come to the net anymore. After that, you had a short ball later on your forehand. You didn't come in. But is that a fair assessment, that you decided not to come in because he was hitting some good passing shots, and also you thought you could take him from the baseline in the rallies? I personally thought that's what decided the match. The fact that you did not come to the net, that you lost your serve when you did, you missed some volleys because he had some great passing shots, you gave him a target. Would you say that you were conscious of that when you were playing in the second set?
Well, you know, when I lost my serve, all the points I played right. I didn't play them bad. You know, 3 points over there. My serve, I was having a short ball and went for it, and Sam guessed all 3 times well and made 3 good passing shots. But later, of course, I was more concentrated to be more specific with my picking the shots and not going not putting obviously too much risk on those ones, as you know, felt of course when we are in the rallies, if I'm under control, that I'm going to be the one that's going to be winning the point more often. So that was just my mindset after that.
I know it's difficult to play a guy like this because not only does he serve it, but then he just goes for crazy shots. Down the line, hit the top of the tape.
Yeah.
And so it's difficult psychologically to play this guy, but I felt that you really hung in there mentally. You let him go for those shots. You played a high-risk game. It's the exact word that I wanted to hear, and you said it, and you came away with the victory.
Yeah.
So, and that's tennis, isn't it?
Sure.
Right?
It is.
Last question, please, over here.
Have you and Goran had any conversations about the U.S. Open and what it might feel like to be there as the defending champion?
Not specifically, really. I was, of course, we were now working in Croatia, preparing a few days, and for my mindset was actually on these tournaments prior to the U.S. Open, as I felt, as I feel definitely that there is a lot of points on the table to win, and I'm pretty confident about my game, and of course I can still rise to the level, but U.S. Open is still far away. If I would be looking back last year at this moment and the way I was feeling, I would say that I'm 30% better at the moment than last year, the same days. But it's never easy with tennis. Some days you can wake up and you can play unbelievable, and just you have to be focused in there and work well and wait for the right opportunities.
Thank you.
Thank you.